pretty. Hey guys, happy Monday. We are back on the TED Show. Today is Monday, January 7th, 2019. First show, by the way, of 2019. We took a little hiatus, a holiday hiatus. I didn't do any shows. I relaxed, we planned. So I am here with the beautiful and talented Sha Mara L. So everybody, Brandon Sturman. Brandon, what's up? Give us a thumbs up. Let us know you can hear us and see us. I've got a new shirt on today.
Looks nice, by the way.
And then thank you. I got a thumbs up, and you look beautiful. And I can't wait to talk to you because it's funny, there's so many reasons, but I usually do a Manic Monday show where we kind of kick off the week, get people positive and pumped. And when you told me the name of your show, which is...
Dropping some F-bombs.
I mean, I want to drop some F-bombs on a Monday morning, so it kicks it off perfectly. So welcome. What's up, Wyatt? So I try to say, so this is her first time. So we're going to talk about faith, food, and fashion. All right, so she's got a lot to talk about. This is Sha Mara L. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be on the TED Show.
The TED Show
of the new year.
You are the first show. Thanks, Jill.
And the
we
first
love
guest.
you.
I feel so honored.
You are the first guest.
So Ted and I were going back and forth for like months, it seems like, trying to solidify a date to get me on the show.
You know it's 100% my fault. And we have to give her a shout out because Sha Mara is actually a sponsor this week. So she gets to talk about anything she wants to. Actually, if you want to take over the reins, I'll just leave and you can let me know when to come back. No, we want to hear your story. So the F-bombs, faith, food, and fashion. So give us a little background on you, Sha Mara.
So I am actually originally from North Carolina. I moved to Florida in 2002. So it's been a long time.
A long time. You were a baby.
Yes. So I am now working and enjoying the Florida lifestyle. I am a Cobra account manager for a benefit administration and technology company.
A Cobra? All right, so that's when people leave their job.
Yes. And then you need your own benefits, and your employer does not contribute a subsidy
Yes,
anymore.
that's right. Wyatt says you had him at food. Yeah, we have a lot of foodies on here.
We'll be getting to that soon.
But how did you, so I always tell the guests, you weren't born and then came here in 2002 and nothing happened between 2002 and when you became a Cobra benefits coordinator. So tell them a little bit about your journey. Where did you get a passion for food? Good morning, Tyler, speaking of food. Talk a little bit about how you got to where you're at now.
So I have always loved food, like all of my life. I'm a foodie. I love to eat. I
Obviously.
love to cook. My friends are always asking me for recipes and to make dishes for them. So when I became vegan last year, I decided that I would start to write a cookbook so that I can provide my friends and family with all the recipes that they ask for me to prepare for them, and they'll have their own guide.
So tell me about becoming vegan. What was the decision? What led you to that choice? Because it's a big lifestyle change if you grew up eating meat of any kind.
That is true.
You didn't go vegetarian then vegan. Did you go straight vegan?
Straight vegan.
All right, so tell us your thought process behind that.
So I actually always wanted to be a vegan or vegetarian, like way back years ago before there were no options for vegetarians.
Right.
And I just felt like it was too difficult during that time, and I didn't want to do the research to figure out what I wanted to eat or needed to eat and how to get my protein. It was just too complicated, so I just continued on my life as it was.
That's honest. I like the honesty.
Yeah, so now fast forward years later, it's so many options for vegetarian and vegans. And once I watched What's the Health, that was actually the biggest turning point. After watching that and just learning more about the process that animals go through and how there's so many alternatives to eating healthy and obtaining your protein that you really don't have to eat meat once you educate yourself. So after I watched that, like the next day, I literally went grocery shopping and bought fruits and vegetables. And
you went cold turkey.
Cold turkey, yeah.
So tell me about vegans. So vegans cannot eat dairy either, right?
No dairy or no meat.
Because it comes from an animal.
Yes.
Wow. All right, so tell me how you adjusted, and did your family think you'd lost your mind?
So adjusting in the beginning was actually a little difficult because I was hungry, like all the time. So hungry. I actually gained like 25 pounds, I think, in the beginning. I'm like, how am I so heavy as a vegan? But I didn't know what to eat, so I was eating all the time.
Anything that wasn't meat.
Exactly, to stay full, like starches, potatoes,
I would
rice,
gain 10,000 pounds.
pasta, like anything that I knew that was going to keep me full. So adjusting in the beginning was difficult, but once I learned the correct things to eat, how to stay full, how to prepare certain things, it became a lot easier to maintain the lifestyle and prepping as well. Like it would be days when I would leave my house without eating or maybe have something light, and then I'm out and I'm hungry and I see Chick-fil-A and I'm like, oh my God, I want to go.
Does Chick-fil-A have vegan options?
The fries.
The fries. So I have a question I want to talk about the faith and obviously the fashion too. But I have a question. So when you are choosing some of the foods, it seems like, and I hear people say this, that like if you choose fries, doesn't that have all sorts of bad things too? But it's not necessarily about what's in the fries, it's the fact that you're not eating meat.
Right. So the fries, they are processed foods, obviously. So it's not like you're getting something whole and organic. But if I'm out and fries from Chick-fil-A or a fast food restaurant is my option, then at that moment, that's what I have to do so that I can stay full.
Right.
I'm not, suggesting that.
How do you get your protein?
I eat a lot of beans. I eat a lot of starch, potatoes, pasta, rice, chickpeas, red beans, black beans.
How do you make it tasty? This is why the cookbook's so important.
So since we're talking about the cookbook
Let's do it. I don't know why the light is starting to pour in on me. I don't know what's happening.
So this is the cookbook that I wrote.
Look at that pretty picture.
And it's probably backwards for you all, but it's 35 days, 35 ways, delicious recipes for the vegan lifestyle. So this cookbook is basically a combination of most of the dishes that I ate prior to becoming vegan, some of the dishes that my mom used to make all the time that I wanted to veganize. This is the hard copy. So basically with vegan and vegetables, it's all about seasoning basically. So you have to definitely make sure that you season your foods and you season them well, or else the vegan lifestyle probably will not be something that you...
Yeah, but I think that there's become, I believe in Orlando has really begun to embrace the vegan lifestyle. So there are a lot more vegan restaurants here. And then I just read that the people who own Sanctum are opening a second Sanctum.
Francis, lentil soup.
Francis, where's my coquito? That is not vegan, by the way.
Yeah, we need a vegan coquito.
We need a vegan coquito, Francis. You can bring that to the club today if you'd like. But I think that Orlando's embraced it. Has it made it more palatable for you to go out to eat?
Definitely.
And so what is somebody who says, all right, I want to try, like I want to begin, I want to dip my toe in. Is that possible? Can you try it, or do you have to go cold turkey like you do?
No, you don't have to go cold turkey. Like everybody has their own process to obtaining their lifestyle and achieving their goals. So some people do want to try it. Some people just don't know what to eat or how to prepare vegan dishes or what to even buy as a meal replacement. So the cookbook actually has a weekly planner in it if you decide to do it for a week, so you can incorporate meals into your weekly lifestyle, like maybe twice a week or once a week, until you get accustomed to just eliminating the meat for like 2 or 3 days, or you notice a change in your body or whatever side effects do you notice in incorporating the lifestyle into your daily routine.
Another thing that I have a hard time with, and I know that you can talk about the alternatives, it's not the meat, because I'm really not a big meat eater. Mm-hmm. Cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese.
So dairy.
Hey, Royce says, go vegan. It's
yes,
2019.
It is.
I love Royce.
It's the new thing. Vegan is the new green.
See, yes. So look, speaking of fashion.
So also with so now we're on the fashion. So with the cookbook, there's also this logo.
That's actually what I had originally titled the show before you sent me the better title, which is the F-bomb.
So vegan is the new green, so that's right, Royce. But I'm sorry, what was your question?
My question was about how if somebody wants to step in, if they want to dip their toe in.
Dairy.
How do you deal with the cheese?
So dairy was one of my things too. Well, mostly sour cream, because I love sour cream. So there are a lot of different brands that have the vegan cheese. You just really have to find one that you like, or you can also make your own. I've seen a lot of recipes for cashew cheese, making cheese from walnut. I am not to that level yet, working on that. But for now, I do like the Chow, CHAO, that is a good vegan cheese. Daya also has a vegan cheese. I am not a big fan of that one, but again, it's your preference.
Because it becomes a taste preference.
Exactly.
Because you look at it almost is made to look the same.
It does.
But when you taste it, your
Definitely
taste buds are expecting something else, and you've trained them
Yes.
to be that way. And then when you
Yes.
taste it, all of a sudden you're like, wow, that is
Right.
not anything that I expected. A friend of mine, Larry Rumbaugh, who you might know, he helped create Veg Fest and lots of cool stuff. He's been a vegan since I've known him in college. He took me one place and we had sweet and sour chicken, and I was dumb and I didn't realize we were at a vegan restaurant.
Oh.
And I bit into it and I felt bad. He goes, Ted, you know that's not chicken, right? So I think that they've come a long way since then.
Definitely.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to support the restaurants like Sanctum and Ethos and all of
Dixie.
this. Dixie, like
Love
all of
them.
it, I know, which is going on. All right, so talk about how are you incorporating fashion into this? So why is fashion important to you?
Fashion is another one of my passions as well. So when I decided to create the cookbook, I also wanted to create a logo that would stand out. And I'm always thinking of ways to put it on a shirt. So vegan is a new green. Obviously, put it on the shirt.
I love that.
The shirt that I just showed you all is a unisex, so that's for men or women. Also a shirt dressed with the same logo as the one that I'm wearing, if you can see it.
Right, so are you old enough to know that reminds me of a Flashdance shirt? Flashdance, she doesn't know. You know what Flashdance is?
I heard of Flashdance,
Oh,
yeah.
she's heard of it. It probably came out before you were born. That's the crazy part.
Actually, I'm a little older than what I look like. And my birthday was yesterday.
Yes, it was. Happy birthday to
Thank
Sha Mara.
you.
Yeah, this movie came out like when I was, I'm not going to tell you. 1983.
Oh,
That's before you were born.
that was after I was born.
That's after
A
you're
year
born.
After I was born.
Oh, no, I did not know that. Okay,
82.
so, all right, so has veganism improved? It obviously, you do it because you have a belief system. What about your health, your skin,
Yes,
your
yes,
appearance?
Yes, my health for sure. Not to be too.
This audience is used to it, so you do you.
But before vegan, like my bowel movements were like few and far and in between. Like sometimes once or twice a week, if that. Like it was really, really bad.
I like that we're talking about bowel movements on Monday morning. My favorite.
Right, get you going. But since transitioning to the vegan lifestyle, I literally will have a bowel movement like every day.
Good.
Like once or twice a day.
So
sometimes.
you can feel the difference.
Yes, you
what
can
about
feel the
your
difference.
skin? What about your?
I think that my skin is much better. I'm always getting compliments on my skin. Like I don't wear makeup often. I did today because I wanted to jazz it up. But normally I don't wear makeup, and most of my friends are like, "Oh my God, your skin looks amazing."
I really thought you were in your early 20s. That's the God's honest
Thank
truth.
you. See, being a vegan.
So the fact that you're, let's do the math. So 1982 you were born?
Yes.
So you just turned 37.
Yes.
I would have never guessed that in a
Well,
million
thank you.
years. So I feel like though that there is some science to that, and we'll get more because I really do want to cover fashion. So you've got this beautiful outfit on. Mike says he really needed to hear about the BM after eating. You're fine, Mike. People our age talk about it 24/7, so
Right.
you know how it goes. So why do you feel like the fashion for you, and is your fashion vegan? There's this whole discussion, like Royce was on, and he and his beautiful girl Amari, fiance I guess, Amari, have a fashion show and a fashion group, Noor, and so they really promote fashion in the vegan world.
Nice.
So is there a such thing, like do I have to worry about the jacket I have on, the shirt? Do you consider that when you're purchasing things?
When I'm purchasing leather, yes, I
Absolutely.
do. As far as like cotton and jeans, I don't know how detailed. I don't know if there's actually vegan cotton, but I think it might be. I'm actually doing some research into that. But
See, Royce, you pipe in.
This purse is actually vegan, and I left the tag on here.
Oh, see, I was telling you, there are definitely ways that you can. Beautiful complexion.
Oh,
Thanks,
thank you,
Anna.
Anna.
Oh, she's talking about you. I'm kidding. My complexion. You can't see me.
No, John, it's not too late for you to be a vegan.
Never too late. All right, so talk about faith. Let's talk about faith, because that kind of brings it all together, right?
Yes.
So talk about faith. What is your faith, whatever you want to share, and how long has that been important to you, and how does it impact your world and your business?
So faith has always been important. Like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm from North Carolina, so obviously grew up in a church, like country. So definitely have always believed in God, prayed, universe, all those things. So faith is just one of those things I feel like you just have to believe that it's going to work out. Like, even if you can't see the good part of the situation, it all works together for the good.
Correct.
So I want to talk about my house purchasing experience. I just purchased a house last year.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. So I was looking for my house before I even started the process. I knew in my head how many bedrooms that I wanted. I wanted it to have a pool. I wanted 5 bedrooms. Long term, I wanted to do some other things with it as far as like renting an Airbnb and things like that. I wanted a yard. I didn't want to have reach out and touch me neighbors. So all these things are like in my head before I start the buying process. So I prayed, I burned my sage, I did all of that. And there were 3 houses that came up on the listing that I seen in the same area. 2 of them were renovated. The kitchen was done. The flooring was nice. I was like, oh my God, I want these houses that had the backsplash. Just like, oh my God, ready. The view from the pool was amazing. I'm like, I want that one. Okay, like a couple of days later, it's off the market. I'm like, oh my God, why, Lord? Like, it's what I want, right? So then another one, same area.
You had a little temper tantrum with God, didn't you?
I did. I was going through the motions.
We all
Same
did.
area, another house, same story, renovated. Kitchen is nice. Same thing. A few days later, it's off the market. So another house came up that I kept bypassing. It was 106. It was in the same area. Exactly what I said. The bedrooms, the pool, the yard. It wasn't renovated, so I was not turned on at all. So I overlooked it. Right, started looking at all these other houses, and then it came back on the market again, and I was like, okay, I guess I kind of like it. It has everything that I like. Maybe. And then a couple of days later, it was off the market, and I was like, oh my God, I was really liking it this time. Like, what happened? So then it came back on the market again. I was like, okay, God, I'm really gonna go look at it. I'm not even interested in any other houses. So I went looked at some other houses on the same day prior to looking at mine. And everybody always says that thing, oh, when you see your house, you'll know. When you walk in, you'll feel it. Well, I went in all these other houses, and it was just like, blah. I'm like, why am I even here? So finally we get to my house, the one that I purchased, and I walked in, and I tell my realtor, okay, this is it. This is it. Like, I'm done looking.
You knew.
I knew it. Like,
There's a realness to that.
It is so true.
In the real estate world, when people walk into their house, they almost immediately have that. This is the one I want. This is the one I've been.
And
looking
I'm like,
for.
people are just saying this because I wasn't feeling it, so I didn't think it was true. But when I walked in, I totally knew. And
So did you feel like now looking back that God was kind of redirecting you to this house?
Yes,
right?
and let me tell you the best part about the house. So I sat down. I'm like, this is it. Sat on the couch. So it was fully furnished. Like, it was just like everything. Like, God is just like, girl, just come in and have a seat. So I'm like, okay, God. So the address 106 that I just mentioned, that is my birthday, 106.
There it is.
So I'm like, God.
There's a sign.
That was the sign.
That was a sign.
So my, I guess, interpretation or message was, when God tells you something, definitely like listen and just know.
Because you weren't listening.
I was not, and
That's what we all do,
3
right?
times it took the house to come back. 3
I think
times.
whatever you believe, like I'm a man of faith too, but people have their intuition or you have whatever, you're in touch with the universe.
Right.
Believe me, whatever your higher power is, even if you think it's you, something is telling you the right thing to do and the wrong thing to do. And it gives you a lot of messages, but we don't listen all the time. We don't pay attention to our intuition, to our inner voice, to the voices that are telling us to do things, the good things, by the way.
Exactly.
We throw the temper tantrum and we go, that's not what I want, because the flesh takes over, meaning the brain, not the heart, not the soul. It's crazy to watch, but how funny that you can look back at that.
Yes.
Do you use, when you're talking, because the Bible is not necessarily a vegan Bible, right? Your faith. So when you combine faith and veganism, is there a whole group that's part of that? Like, is there, like, I have never asked this question before, and I have a lot of vegans. Nikki Namdar's come on, Royce and Amari have been on. But when you're talking about faith and veganism, do you find it's an easy thing to meld together?
I actually haven't had that conversation, which is interesting.
Well, because I think a lot of times, like, you go to anything, I'm going to use my own experience, anything church-based, I mean, it's full of non-vegan things. So when you're going to events, or even events, let's talk about business, when you're going to events and you are still living your vegan lifestyle, how do you figure out how to make that work for you?
That's a good question.
Well, she must do it because she hasn't run into any snags yet.
I haven't, so I don't know.
It is more fun being a mischievous Mike Pisano, who is also a big foodie, by the way. Mike, have you eaten at any vegan restaurants? I liked Ethos a lot.
I love Ethos.
I liked Ethos a lot. I have not been to
is amazing.
Sanctum. I'd like to do a show there, actually.
I've been to Dejan Eats, to the vegan Caribbean or Jamaican one in Eatonville. That one is really good too.
So what is the next move for you? What are you doing? You've got a book. You've got fashion. What's the next thing that you want to do? What's on the horizon for you?
So what's on the horizon is promoting the cookbook. I actually am considering starting a 35-day vegan challenge. It is the new year. Everyone's always focused on losing weight, new dieting, lifestyle changes, all that. So I'm working up the details on that. Hope to be doing some traveling this year. The goal would be to go to LA since the vegan scene is really popular in LA.
And what do you want to do? So you have your book, you want to promote the book, you have a challenge, so you kind of want to do your own challenge where you get people involved. Yeah, Dandelions is
I've never
good.
eaten there.
There's a lot of really good, that's in Edgewood, that's in College Park, right, John?
Okay.
I think. But I think that you have the ability here to maybe launch that 35-day challenge. Do you want to do it on Facebook?
Yes, Facebook.
Yeah,
sure.
I think that that's actually a really cool idea. So what do you want to leave them with? And of course we're going to share all of Sha Mara's contact information, how you can buy this beautiful cookbook,
Yes.
how she'll help you. I mean, everybody who comes on the show is so giving, and she's giving, so she'll help you. She wants to grow her movement, her part of
Exactly.
that movement. So why not go along for the ride
Yes,
and
join the ride.
engage and work with her. I love it. So we'll share all our contact information, how you can reach out to her, how you can get involved, how you can maybe get one of those vegan is the new green shirts,
Yes.
how you can get the cookbook. There's so many wonderful things that you can do with Sha Mara, and we're going to be promoting her for the next week or so anyway, so I'll give you all the contact information. All right, any parting words of wisdom, anything you want to share with them before we head out?
Yes, definitely want to say whatever you are going through in life, just know that all things work together for the good. If you keep the faith, in the end, it's going to all work out. And listen to your intuition.
Listen to your inner voice. I promise you, it knows. It
does.
really does. Many times I haven't, more times than I have, to be honest with you. And it always steers me in the right direction.
It does. And you
always.
will be like, why didn't I listen?
Always. All right, you've been a joy. Thank you so much. Sha Mara
Thank
L.
you, yes.
We've got Vegan is the New Green. We will post all that information, and I will continue to post her logo and her contact information for the next week or so that you can reach out to her.
Please contact
You
me.
were awesome. Can't
Thank
believe
you,
you're
you too.
37.
Don't say it too
My
many
God, you
times.
look so beautiful.
Thank
That
you, thank
skin.
you.
All right, love you guys. We'll be back at 1 o'clock.